We were almost perfect. Everybody's in the right place except Khadija and Liz. So I just got to switch them around.
We always be switching.
It's always us. Yeah, I think even our pronouns are like listed. Switch differently.
It's okay.
It's
just
fine.
because we're in the same state.
Hi there, folks.
That's probably it. Yeah,
It's the New Jersey thing.
it really is.
The Jersey
Hi there.
switch.
Hi, the Jersey
The
switch.
Jersey swap.
Huh. How did you know my
That's
ex-girlfriend's
what
name? We're going to
That's
cut
what they
that
call
bit out. I don't know what the hell this is. Hi there, folks. Welcome to the pre-recorded session 56 of The Forming. I am, of course, your DM of Doom, Son of Asgard or World Tree Quest here on Twitch, Twitter and YouTube, where this will all be shown. With me today we have my lovely cast. We've got Just Harry, we've got Ash Howard Music, we've got Patron of Chaos, and of course we've got Khadij Al Kubra. This is a pre-recorded session, so if you are typing in the chat, please know we won't be able to respond. We're not going to see it in real time, because this has been recorded during the strike to stand with Palestine, between the 18th and 25th of February. I don't really have housekeeping, and if I did have housekeeping, there really wouldn't be a point in saying it right now on a stream session. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to my party, and we're going to ask them, guys, what the frickle frack happened last session?
Lots.
So we attended a party,
You did.
did some mingling,
There was certainly mingling at this party.
absolutely shredded it on the dance floor.
Yeah, you guys killed it.
100% shredded.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Go ahead.
then, not so shredded, a very important conversation, which
Yeah.
totally wasn't radical. And then,
Oh god. Yeah.
Like, totally was not tubular, dude.
Nope. And then shit hit the fan.
got caught by screaming people because, like, the masked people that attacked that Goliath lady have decided to attack here, and death now ensues, and we're
Not
Stop
death.
the
Not
shit
death. We're
creek.
keeping optimistic. But
no,
we did
not
find
our
out-
death, just everyone else's.
Oh yeah, true. But hopefully not the important people. But yeah, it turns out the people of the gold masks are also with my father, and who apparently knows about Raziel, and not in a positive way. And I think Arya may have run up her mouth a little too much, but she found out about Maltharion from Arternon. And yeah, it's just bad. And it was such a nice party at first too. Like she got to have like a nice sweet dance with this guy, and brought a kindred spirit in him, who I'm not gonna lie kind of shipped them, but like it was sweet. And then it turns out he's the Lord of Twilight's son, and apparently the Lord of Twilight, this was planned all in advance. Like they've been plotting this for a while somehow for some reason, and he clapped when someone got stabbed. The bitch.
He did indeed. He clapped. It was a very...
But Zotali's not anywhere around, so I'm hoping we could still...
Zotali is not
I'm
around.
hoping.
Who knows what that could mean?
Well, I'm still hoping that he will keep his pinky promise and help show her how you traverse different planes in the Astral Sea, which we're apparently in. Because we need to get back to Logon ASAP. Not even Harmony Falls. We got to get right directly to Rusted Falls. And we were about to get ready to battle and stuff, and then Reverie also got to talk to Nerymia, I remember, because Nerymia told her Brightcliff is safe, which is good. And then you summoned a really cool thing!
I'm fine.
like
Reverie's fine.
Like a badass Celestial just got like summoned out of nowhere. I built the Celestial in Hero Forge as well, by the way, because I'm a fucking fiend.
I genuinely fret for Reverie's mental health right now.
She's fine. Reverie's fine. She's just going fully feral, which is not anything I anticipated happening in this campaign.
I mean, if
I
you
knew
were
she
gonna
was
go
capable.
feral-
I knew it was a possibility. But she's fully feral. Maybe
After
put a
everything you've
muzzle
gone
on
through-
her when the fighting is done, because she's gonna need it.
She's just
Listen, after
absolutely
everything she's been
losing
through in the
shit.
last not even full day, Also, if you're going to go feral at any time, it's probably a good thing what's happening when we have to at least survive, if not defeat, a bunch of cultists and get everyone out.
I love the fact that she's just absolutely losing the shit. Anyway, there was also some other stuff that we did as the combat began. Well, combat. We didn't actually have combat. We had the pre-stage of moving into positions before combat. And I gave you guys 3 turns. 3 turns to get stuff into position. You guys had used 2 of those turns.
I thought we used 1.
I know why I'm thinking that, because people used their turns to dash. You've used 1 of those turns. You have 2 turns left. By my notes that I have here, we have Elion standing with essentially a serving knife in between some party goers and 3 of these cultists. We have Reverie having just summoned a Celestial into the middle of this place, who's just like, okay, anything in my way is about to get smacked.
You're on his shoulder like Python Grog.
And then we had Arya and Sheila, who used their actions to dash to get to the changing room in order to get their belongings, so they could actually engage in combat. Okay, awesome. Smashing. Love it. Love to see it. Well, love to see it sometimes. I'm not going to say why that is. Right. So, we're going to get right back into it, guys. So, as of this moment, we go into the second turn that you guys get. So, on that second turn, you guys know the positions you are in. If you need to know kind of relative to where you are in the ballroom, I'll happily give you that information as well. What do you guys want to do with your second, essentially, preparation turn?
Me and Sheila are in the changing room where all of our stuff, where everyone's stuff is, right?
Yes.
I remember I got my violin. Still got my boots activated. Sheila, do you have your bag of holding? Maybe we could put everyone's stuff inside. I get the feeling we're not going to be able to come back for everything.
Yeah. Can do that.
Okay, so you're sweeping everything into the bag of holding.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, who's doing that? Who's putting everything into the bag of holding?
I can do that.
You sure?
Okay. Whoever it is that's doing it, it will be their bonus action used. Okay? We'll count it as sheathing a weapon. Yeah, basically, because nobody in a rush like sits and grabs things and does it one at a time. I will count it as a bonus action because you're essentially sweeping everything in. So, okay then. In that case, Sheila, your bonus action has been used in order to shove everything into the bag of holding. Awesome. Anything that you guys want to do majorly as an action here?
You said that combat doesn't start until we cast a spell on one of the people with the masks.
Combat does not start until 1. You've used these 3 turns, these 18 seconds of prep. 2, you cast a spell which directly targets, harms, or interferes with one of the mask-wearing cultists. So you can cast spells on yourself. As soon as you cast a spell which targets or interferes with the cultist, then combat will start.
Okay, because I'm thinking about casting a spell but not on the cultists. So I'm wondering if that wouldn't count or not.
Depends on the spell.
I was going to try and cast Sending to Sotali.
Sending's fine.
Okay.
But remember, Arya's perception of Sending being cast here has been a bit ski-whiffy. Arya has seen it send and be difficult to send outside of this plane. She's also seen it send inside this plane, so you don't know who could be able to interfere or intercept that message. However, you can still feel free to do it. Arya has also seen Reverie do a sending to Sheila that went unnoticed, that went through fine. But that could be because the Lord of Twilight allowed it to happen. So it's just something to bear in mind if you want to try it.
Claire me knows it's risky, and even Arya knows it's risky, but I feel like she would still try.
Okay, then what is the sending that you want to send to Zotali?
I think out loud she'll say, I'm gonna try to reach Zotali.
Okay, so you've made it known to the party that you're trying to message the Lord of Twilight's son.
Or at least Sheila, because she's in the dressing room here with me. I don't think the others are.
Reverie's
in
on her
earshot.
way. She's like
Elion is
kind of
the
at the entrance.
So yeah, Reverie ended 25 feet away from you guys at the bottom of the staircase, leading up to the changing room. Elion is the furthest away from you guys.
Okay. So yeah, I'll say that out loud.
Okay.
And I'm assuming probably Sheila would give me a look like it's a dumb idea, but
I don't know. What would Sheila think about it? Would Sheila think anything about it?
Judging, yeah, but
Heavy judgment.
can't stop her.
Okay.
alright. I'm gonna cast sending Zotali.
Okay. What do you want to see?
Clear me hostess. Zotali, we need your help getting home. Lives at stake. I know you have a compassionate heart. We're not our parents. Please. You pinky promised.
Arya, make me a persuasion check.
Persuasion? Okay. Come on. Scroll. I hate when, like, you go on the D&D Beyond app and it just, like, scrolls halfway through on skills. Persuasion. Oh, okay, I've got one. Good one. Just gonna... Oh, okay, so that's 13 plus 8. So 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21?
21. Okay. $21. Okay. Some little nudge in your mind is going to resound off, like almost like a sonar ping. It's calling you towards the west wing of this place, this house, this mansion. And the phrase that will come through from Zotali will be, follow it. You'll have to reach there on your own. That's the best I can do. Essentially, think of it as acting like a reverse locate object. Okay? Locate object has been cast on you and something else rather than you casting it to find something. So Tali's basically pinging you in the direction of the door.
Okay, the west wing?
So where you are just now, as soon as you step out of this dressing room, on the right hand side of where you are, that would be the side where the courtyard was. On the left side, there are the two other doors. Remember, because each side of the ballroom has the two doors.
Right.
Two sets of double doors each. on both sets of the double doors on the left-hand side have remained closed the entire night. This ping is sending you through them. It's taking you in that direction.
Okay.
So yeah, essentially it's telling you to go that direction.
Thank you. And I'll tell Sheila, we need to get to the West Wing. I know how to get there, but we need to get everyone there. We gotta get our way through safe.
We're not going to try and save people?
No, I'm saying we try and save people first, and then we get everyone and rally them and get going. But I know where we need to go, is what I'm saying. We get people to safety, and I know where to go. Tali sent me.
Sounds good.
Okay. And I'll give Sheila a classic don't get dead and give you bardic inspiration. That's my bonus action.
Okay, fantastic. Nothing else to you there, Aria?
That's it.
Okay, to the rest of the party, anything you guys want to be doing with your preparation turns? Okay, Sheila, what do you want to do for your prep turn?
Basically, as soon as Arya goes, don't die, she'll be like, don't intend to. And then she's going to cast Polymorph into a giant T-Rex.
Into a T-Rex.
Yo! Wait, hang on.
love-
She's wielding Snake's back as a giant T-Rex?
I love that Sheila has this outward appearance that is also well kept together, but when it comes to polymorph, their idea of polymorph is I'm going to have tiny arms and a massive head and I'm going to eat everything. I love it, I love it. Okay, so Sheila, you cast polymorph. Now, you did this before and you changed into an ape, and we asked you to describe the ape. So what does this T-Rex look like? Is one of its teeth just Snicker Snack?
So it's like a goldenish T-Rex.
Okay. Okay.
So like very golden vibes, very kind of like the yellow she likes to always wear, kind of like that autumn gold leaf color.
Mm-hmm. Are we talking like accurate T-Rex or Jurassic Park T-Rex? You got scales or feathers?
We're going Jurassic Park. We're
Okay,
not going
cool.
chicken, sadly.
I'm not a chicken. I am a reptile of destruction.
I'm not a chicken. No heels, but you can tell the nails are definitely pedicured, manicured. They're nice.
Love it. Okay. So,
Out.
this pristine, glammed up T-Rex appears. And already you're causing destruction because the ceiling here is only about 10 foot. So as you turn at this T-Rex, you've already just taken out like the entrance chamber to this domicile, to this mansion. And these cultists are now kind of eyeballing the dressing room like, we definitely did not plan to be sacrificing a giant lizard. So some of them are a little bit riled at this point. Anything else you want to be doing? Bearing in mind that you now have the mental stats of a T-Rex.
No, she'll just like let out a little roar.
Letting out a little roar. Cool. So you let out this roar.
Like trying to know what's happening.
Make me an intimidation check. Let's see what happens with these cultists.
Oh, yep. That is 14.
14. Okay. Ugh. So, of all the parties in here, only 2 parties are fazed by this roar that you let out. One of the parties to the point of just kind of staggering back a bit, thinking twice about continuing the actions they're doing. One of them, a group of 3 or 4, actively drop their weapons and turn and run for random doors into this place. Anything else you would like to do during your preparation, your second preparation turn? Nope. Reverie, Elion.
Sorry.
Oh,
Go
Sheila.
ahead.
Can I just take movement into the room?
Move into them. Hell
Oh, I
yeah.
forgot movement.
T-Rex movement is like, what, 40 feet?
Next turn.
50.
50 feet? Yeah. Okay, so you take 2 steps. One step just lands right next to Reverie. The other step goes right over Reverie in this Celestial. Yeah, so you're now within actual attacking distance of one of these groups of these cultists, if you decide to. Then I will go to Reverie and to Elion. Which of you wants to toss up first?
I will. The leader of Autumn. I forget her name.
Primarch
face.
Kajata.
Yes. Do I see her?
Yes, you can see her. She's very easily noticeable considering the fact that 2 cultists tried to grab at her. And her being an Automeladrin. It did not go well.
Just
for
said
them.
no.
Well, so they've
Yeah.
grabbed onto like her
Politely
arm.
declined.
They've grabbed onto her arms from behind, and she basically just did like a. So when I designed Primarch Kajada, when I designed the Automeladrin, I thought very much of what if there was a group of elves who naturally got swole. So
Yes!
so Kojata is as close to She-Hulk as you can get. So as they
I
grabbed on her, she literally just does this and just lifts them off the ground. So she's now like overhand throwing one of them away, with one of them on the ground with her foot on his chest.
Gosh.
Okay.
Oh man,
I'm gonna-
this woman was 100% based on my wife. She's fucking tough.
I was gonna guess!
She's tough as boots.
I'm sending my Celestial over to her. I'm also looking around for my new friend, Asmodeus.
Asmodeus is not here, I'm afraid. A bunch of portals were constructed, and basically anybody who is powerful enough to take advantage of the Lord of Twilight's distraction and get out of this realm got out.
Yeah, he gone.
Fuck.
He did.
That's okay. I'm gonna go into the room and get my stuff.
Okay.
Dressing room.
So you make your way into the room where your stuff is missing.
Oh, Arya's here. I can.
Yes. So Arya will then say, "Oh, I know where your stuff is. It's in," and then point at the giant T-Rex.
We put everything in the bag of holding.
And then turn into a T-Rex before we could get our weapons?
Shh.
Sheila's just,
forgot about the
I have a
weapons.
really big head and these little arms.
It's fine. It's fine. I just carry a small arsenal of weapons that would have been
Okay, well,
very
we can-
useful to the leaders of the lands that are out there.
I thought it was good to get all our stuff at once in case we couldn't come back. I'm sorry. I didn't think of.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm just gonna go rot some people's faces off.
I'll help. I've got your back. And
My
as I
favourite
say
thing
that, I'm
about
gonna.
spellcasting classes. We don't have weapons. I am the weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
I'm
I'm
so
just gonna walk out back into the room. And
I'm so sorry. I didn't think of the weapons.
I mean,
I thought we
Reverie looks not. Her lips are pulled back from her teeth, like with the wolf mask on. She literally kind of looks like a wolf at this moment.
Oof.
You ever played Dragon Age Inquisition?
Yes.
It's like at the beginning of it, if you play a mage and she's like, "Drop the weapon now," and he's like, "You really think I need a staff to be dangerous?"
Yep. That's exactly what I was
100%
thinking.
the logic.
Yeah.
As a
I'm sorry, B
as a
player.
necromancer
Just not
main
thinking that.
wizard player, like, you know, when people go like, "Hey, if we like take the wizard's wand and staff," and I'm just like, "Oh, honey, you think that helps?" Especially when I get my hands on inflict wounds.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so to anybody playing a necromancer, when you get your first feat, take magic initiate cleric, just so you can get inflict wounds. There's nothing funnier than being a wizard and just going, "Ah, fuck you." Okay.
It's so true.
If I touch you, you die. Okay, so you're just getting prepared for somebody's face getting rotted off. That's what you're doing here.
Oh yeah, no. Reverie's honed into kill.
Okay,
She's
so
not playing.
so you've used your movement to go inside, but you've not used an action or a bonus action yet. Are you wanting to hold those? Or are you wanting to just kind of cut this up to what it is and just go from there?
Yeah, I'll cut it up to what it is. I'll use
Okay.
my movement to dash back out.
Cool, awesome, fantastic. So you use your action to dash
Yeah.
back out. So you're now basically back to where you were. Fandabidozi. I guess if that's everything for you there, Reverie, it goes now to Elion.
So if I remember correctly as well, I had Spirit Shroud on.
You do have Spirit Shroud on, and I believe that you designated Necrotic.
I did indeed, but I need to double check if something else. Yeah, it's also concentration. Uh-oh. I'm a killy dude. I kill things. I don't care. You guys are like in the room now, right?
They are, yes.
You got your
I
staff.
don't think I am. I don't think I am yet. I forgot to use my movement to get back out. I was going to save that for the
Oh
third
yeah,
round.
yeah. I do
Sorry.
apologize. Yes. So Arya's still in the changing room. Reverie.
I forgot about my movement.
Reverie is in the ballroom. She's out of the changing room. Reverie's Celestial has a flight speed, therefore it is wherever the fuck it wants to be. And Sheila is currently doing the best Jurassic Park 3 impression, and is somehow still making it a better dinosaur movie than Jurassic Park 3. So yeah, everybody's pretty much good.
Are you guys gonna be mad if I hit something?
It's fine.
I'm-
I'll use movement when we start combat.
You'll get back in with one movement. I'm gonna swing.
Yeah.
He's gonna swing! Who are you swinging at?
Just one of the three in front of me. The one that's giving me the most like postural lip, you know, because you said they were like jockeying,
Oh hell yeah! Like they're as we
like
as
trying
we,
to goad.
as we say in Scotland, they're squaring up. Like they are like
Yeah. So
they're doing that thing that
Whoever's
roadmen
like-
do when they fight, where roadmen don't actually fight. They just kind of lunge at each other, then back up a bit, then lunge at each other, then back up a bit.
yeah, so whoever's inched the closest.
All right, cool. However you want to hit them, roll to hit.
I have a knife. Well, did you say it was a dagger or a short sword? 'Cause I can't remember. You said it was a carving knife.
I said it was a short sword because typically a dagger is really only anything that's about 3 inches long, like 3 or 4
Yeah.
inches long. Anything more than that, I would call a dirk, and a dirk is 100% a short sword.
Okay, cool.
If anybody wants to
and-
fight me on that one, you can, because I'm right.
No, like I said, I work with carvery knives. They're the size of my most
Oh
of
my
my
god,
arm.
they're fucking
Um,
they're big boys.
Would I be adding my proficiency as well, just to check?
I mean, I'm not going to quibble over is cutlery going to count as a short sword, right? This thing can cut you. It is pointy on one end.
Okay, cool.
It's a short sword, so yeah, you can add your proficiency. I'll allow that.
Okay, so I'll be making 2 attacks. The first one will be a non-natural 20,
Okay.
and the second one will be not as great, 15.
Okay. Let's have a look see here and see how you did. I forgot which ones I was using. Just these guys. I'm just going to go with these guys. Yeah, that's going to hit.
Both, yeah?
Yeah, both of them will hit. The most, as you can see, the most that these guys are wearing is like light leather.
Okay, cool.
So, fairly easy to get to.
So, right, I will put. I'll put a first level on the first one, and then that's it. Divine Smite.
Okay.
Just to test the waters, which will be 2d8. Okay. So the first attack will be. Jesus. So the first attack will be 34.
34 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you lunge forward with this knife and you, or this short blade, and you catch them, and as you kind of bring it across and slash, and that bright spark of light goes off, there's a gaping line in this thing's chest, cindered at the edges of this charred smell that suddenly fills your nostrils. But they do drop down dead.
Okay. Well, would you like? If they die on the first one, I will go for another person, but I will re-roll it if you want.
I'm alright. No, I'm alright. You keeping the same attack. Doesn't
Okay,
matter.
cool.
So the reason that I'm making that decision is because you're rolling to hit. They're all kind of the same kind of folk. So it's not really going to change much. So yeah,
So
go for the damage.
The second one will then be 6, 7, 13.
13 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that one is still going to be alive. However, they do kind of throw their arm up in defense, and you run one of those big old nasty gashes right down the arm, and they kind of reel back a little bit, clutching at it. But yeah, one of them's completely dead. However, with that being done, it now comes time, guys. I do need you all to roll initiative.
Okay. Real quick, in the Beyond D&D Beyond sheet in the box, it says initiative +5. I know you add your dex modifier, but what's that +5 initiative?
So in D&D, if you're rolling it from D&D Beyond, that takes everything into consideration. So D&D Beyond will have that there. There's a bunch of different things that can add a modifier to your initiative. What's your dex modifier?
Dex modifier is +3.
+3.
Bards get Jack of all trades to their initiative, though.
Trades, which means that you get
Okay.
+4 on
Okay, so then it's a 5. So then that's a 15 total.
15 total. A reminder as well, by the way, because that's just been brought up just in case you weren't aware of this. So Jack of all trades affects ability checks. Initiative is an ability check, which means that your bardic inspiration can be used on initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just a reminder there, folks. Alrighty, so did anybody get above 25? Fucking Sheila right in there. What did you get, Sheila?
I mean, for a 32.
32.
Damn! T-Rex coming in hot!
T-Rex coming in there with that. I beg your pardon. Okay, Sheila up top. Fantastic. Did anybody get between 25 and 20? Okay. Did anybody get between 20 and 15? Okay, fantastic. Reverie, what did you get?
19.
And does your Celestial go on your turn? Do it after your
he goes. He goes, I believe, at the end of my turn.
At the end of your turn?
I believe so. Yeah, it shares my initiative count, but it takes its turn immediately after mine.
Okay, so I've just wrote Reverie plus Celestial. Okay? And Elion, what did you roll?
9.
9. I thought you put your hand up there.
I didn't. That was Aria.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, I got a
Aria, what did you
15.
get? You got a 15 in total. Okay. Okay. Between 15 and 10. Everybody's been done. It's just you, Elion, and you told me you got 9. So I'm just going to
I got
fill in all the
9.
blanks. Bear with me a moment, guys.
I can't believe I forgot to use movement on the free action. Oh well.
It's fine. T-Rex Sheila was blocking the doorway.
I'm about
No.
to
There we go.
a crime.
Arya's gonna go.
I heard tax
full
evasion's really
Dark
good this year.
Angel, just so you know.
Okay, Elion, you got a 9, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, just
I'm so
you know,
fast.
just so you know, somebody still rolled lower than you.
They suck, though.
Okay, we go to the top of initiative order. Sheila, there's an entire group of about 4 of these cultists at your feet with these blades ready to go for you. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna use multi-attack.
Of course.
So that'll be 1 bite and 1 tail. So
So, Sheila, as a reminder to you, okay, just to double check, I've not got Snicker Snack in front of me, but when you're a T-Rex, you're still equipped to Snicker Snack. So if any damage is modified by Snicker Snack that you do, your T-Rex form still get... For talking sake, if you had a Flame Tongue weapon, and you had the fire active, so your attacks deal 2d6 extra damage, if you're a T-Rex, your attacks still do 2d6 extra damage. So just double check with Snicker Snack in case it adds on damage, because you might still do that damage. I always just like to remind people of that. I'm now pulling up Snicker Snack, and I'll be able to tell you if it does modify your damage.
I don't think so. It specifically says any damage rolls made with this sword.
Made with this sword, okay, so it is one of those ones that just happens to have that particular bit of language there. Okay, when you use this, right, okay, so that's what I want to double check. Some of them do specifically say when you use this weapon, some just says your attacks deal an extra blah 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 blah. So, okay, cool, so it doesn't work this one, but go ahead. Make your attack rolls.
So that was 15 for the bite, we'll say.
15 for the bite will hit.
And then that is a 22 for the tail.
That's also going to hit.
Lovely. So for bite, it is now grappled.
Oh, it's now grappled.
Yep,
That's
the
cool.
one that was bitten.
Right.
And then that's...
On me.
I just love seeing Ash's facial expressions when it's rolling damage.
That's 27 points of piercing damage for the bite, plus grappling.
Okay, so from the first one, you chomp down, grabbing a hold of this guy. There's no resistance to it. It states that it's an immediate grapple when you bite with it. So they're grappled in your mouth, screaming, writhing in pain, but still alive. However surprising that may be. And you said 27, yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
And then... And then that's 22 points of bludgeoning damage for the tail.
Okay. 22, you said, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. So you chomp down onto this one, and as his buddy runs in to try and help him, your tail just kind of swishes and whacks this guy straight, like straight to the chest as well. Both of these guys look like a little bit beat up already. Is there anything else?
Bitch slapped him with your tail.
You bitch slapped him with your tail. It's fucking great. Is there anything else that you would like to do on your turn here?
No, I think that's all I can do. Thank
That's
you.
all you've got? Okie dokie.
One minor thing, Bran.
Yes.
Sorry, I should have said this in my turn, but it's on the spell. That creature that I hit that didn't die, he can't regain hit points.
I already had that noted down.
Ooh.
Was just making sure.
Yeah. No, completely understood. Like I said, I'm a fan of necromancy, so I got you. So I'm just plugging in my fan, guys. I need this fan on because it's warm.
What you gotta do?
Alrighty, Sheila, if that's everything for you. Okay, cool. So I'm just going to power through these cultists right here, because they've got some stuff to do. Right. So Elion, one of the ones near you is going to make a lunge. Oh wait, no. No, not one of the ones that you saw. Wrong order. These are one of the ones that are nearby your Celestial Reverie. So
Okay.
they're going to attack you, Celestial. First one, they get 1 attack each. Yes, they got 1 attack each. An 11, does that hit your Celestial?
No.
No, didn't think so. Right, now it goes to the ones that are dipping and diving around you, Elion. So you said one of them didn't die, one of them took, it was 12 points of damage it was. Sorry. 12 points of damage. Just so I can have that noted down. Okay. Well, the one that did that, they're going to make their move on you, Elion. So they're going to, I went to roll a dice, and instead of rolling it into the dice tray, I just basically launched it to the other side of my room. So I'm going to roll this, and then I'm going to go and fetch that dice. So bear with me. Okay, so that's a 15 to hit you, Elion.
15 hits.
15 will hit you. Okie dokie. So
I don't have my fancy shiny armor no more.
I don't have it with me.
Oh, it's probably a good thing you got the bracers then.
But it's only 2 points of damage.
Oh, okay, cool.
As they dash in, and they've got like a... So, mechanically it's a scimitar. Aesthetically, I would say it's closer in line to like a falchion. Right? And they leap in. So they bring this heavy tipped blade down onto you. Okay? So that is their part done. Then another one from that same group, Elion, is going to make another go for you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's going to be slightly better as well. That's an 18 to hit on that one.
Does indeed hit.
Okay, that one's the exact opposite. This one's the full damage, and is going to do 7 damage as they come in. They bring this blade, and this one they go at your hip. So this the bite of this blade goes into your hip. And then to the one I've looked forward to in this little block of cultists, Sheila, the one in your mouth. The only thing he can really do is try and get out of the grapple. So Sheila, could you please make for me an athletics check as a T-Rex?
There is a specific DC for the escape.
Oh, is there a specific DC? Fantastic. What's the DC?
17?
No. Nah. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. It's all good. It's cool. Shit. Oh god, I love it when a party just absolutely fucks up the encounter. Yeah, this guy like grabs a hold of it, your jaw, where your jawline is basically cut him in half, and it's like pulling at the teeth to try. That doesn't even budge your jaw. You're just locked right in there.
It's a chew toy.
Honestly, you've turned him into a chew toy. Next up, it's going to go to Reverie and your Celestial. Reverie, while you're doing that, while you consider what you're going to do, I'm just going to jump and grab that dice. Give me like 15 seconds, okay?
Take your time. I'm gonna commit a crime.
Oh, he turned the camera off so we couldn't see the dumpy.
Yeah.
You know this is recorded, right? You know he can still hear you.
I'm excited for my turn because, ooh, I've got some plans. Gonna give some thought.
Okay, I'm back. Sheila, what are you doing for... Not Sheila, Reverie, what are you doing for your turn? We know what Sheila's doing. She's eating a cultist.
Is there a very, very big group of them somewhere?
So the most condensed group would actually be the ones around you. Okay, they're kind of like traveling in little packs of 4. Elion's already really killed 1, so there's 3 there. There is a full group of 4 essentially within Sheila's space, but because of Sheila's size, they're much more spread out. The most condensed group would be surrounding your Celestial because there's 4 of them there untouched within the same kind of like 10-foot space.
Okay, I'm gonna move to my Celestial and just stand in front of them.
Okay, which you're able to do because you're small, so you can move into other people's spaces without triggering attacks.
Reverie's gonna take a deep breath in, and like a flecks of frost
form on her lips, and I'm casting Cone of Cold.
And are you casting it from the ring?
Yep.
Let me just pull up that ring just to remind myself of something.
Oh, I hit the thing to do the charges, and it rolled the thing, and I've had the dice in my hand for like 10 minutes.
Okay, cool.
That's gonna look so badass with the wolf mask too.
So much dice. Hold on.
Okay. Da.
It's 14.
So you said you're casting Cone of Cold, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, so that's 2 charges that have been used.
Yep. 17. Or no, 14, 21, 29. 48. If I'm mathing right. That is 54 damage.
54
And if any
damage.
are also within 60 feet of that, they are also getting hit.
Do they have to make saving throws on that?
Yes.
Cone of Cold, that is a
Constitution,
con save.
7.
DC 17 on that, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right, okay. So, one of them might be lucky. No, it's not. So the highest rolled there for that entire group of 4 was a 16. That's why I was like, oh, one of them might get lucky. They'd have a +0 con modifier. So they all take the full damage, and every one of them is going to drop down, frozen completely solid, and as they hit the ground, they shatter.
Oh snap!
Reverie.
Reverie.
Going to very calmly turn and start walking back into the crowd.
Maybe you are, but maybe you're not, because Reverie, I'm going to have to ask you to make me, please, a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I'm good at these! No, I'm not.
Do you have any inspiration?
I rolled a natural 1.
Okay.
So the dice are telling a story. The dice say the ring takes its turn now.
Okay. So. When you... Sorry, let me think about this just now. I do apologise. I've just realised it's not a wisdom saving throw it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a charisma saving throw.
Oh, that's even worse.
Oh, right. I mean, you did say it was a nat 1, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
With wisdom, it's an 8. With charisma, it's a 7.
Oh no.
Okay.
I'm so scared for you.
Now, I think this is the perfect time. If this is the ring taking over her and taking the seat for a little bit, this fight's perfect for it.
Okay, so you've got there the details of that weapon's sentience and what it wants, right? Cool. For the next 5 hours, that ring's in control.
Oh, that's a whole lot of time.
Yep, so it says here 1d12 hours. Rolled a d12, got 5. For the next 5 hours, you are... I mean, we read the description out of the Ring of Winter. Your only want is rampant destruction. Essentially, you want to turn this winter wonderland into a winter wasteland. So, get creative, get funky with it. But that's your action. Bonus action and
Oh, no.
Well, you've used your movement, sorry, to get here. Bonus action? You got anything you want to do?
No.
Okay. Now it's your Celestial's turn.
Yeah, my Celestial's going to. Now the group in front of them is done. They're gonna fly away.
Yep.
And go to one of the unprotected leaders, because spring is good, but winter and autumn have no guards.
Autumn is like right next to you. Primarch Kajata
Yep.
is like right next to you.
Yeah, they're gonna hold out their. And where is my Summon Celestial? Oh my god. Because they can do a cool thing, and I want to do it.
So if you go to the spell Summon Celestial, it should give you the stat block there.
Yep, I got it. Okay. Yeah, they're gonna stay kind of protectively in front of Kajata.
Okay, so they stand in front of Primarch Kajata, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else that they're wanting to do?
Nope.
Okay. Then after that, it would have been two cultists' turns, but they've been frozen solid, then turned into ice cubes. So Arya, it goes to you. Your turn.
Okay. Let's see. You said they were in like groups of 4. Would I be able to see like where certain people like the seasonal land leaders or my friends need the most help?
Make me an
Or the
investigation
most,
check.
like, okay, a sec. I'm trying to plan how direction-wise where I'm gonna move first. That is a. Oh, that's cocked. That's a 7 plus 2.
Okay, so the total of 9, you can only make out brief glimpses of where people are. Very obvious ones. You can see Primarch Kajata, she's currently kneeling, straddling one of these cultists, and is essentially decapitating him using a serving tray.
God, she's so cool. I want to talk to her at some point.
You can make out Kernan just disappearing through some kind of very natural looking portal that has been apparently manifested from somewhere. Whereas one of these cultists has grabbed onto one of the party he's with. You can just see Kernan coming up behind the guy, like axe like this, and just bringing it down onto the guy's head. So,
Okay.
as for the leader of Winter, can't see him. And as for Summer's representation, you can't see your brother, you can't see Narinia.
All right. Okay, I'm just gonna try and go out. Like, I'm still flying with my boots, so I'm gonna use my movement to get me the full 30 feet. Just kind of like try to get height-wise. I'm gonna try and keep as much out of melee range as I can, but like radius-wise, I want to get equidistant to as many cultists as I can within a 10 feet radius, if that's at all possible.
It's definitely possible, but you won't be able to get many of them.
If I can get some, or if I can get give
With a
some
30-foot movement speed, the most you'll be able to get in one 10-foot radius would be 2.
It's still something.
Okay.
So I'll do that for
Right.
my movements. And I think in this moment, Ari is just so overwhelmed with all the negative emotions that have been building up, with the heartbreak of finding out about her brother, with Elian's secrets being revealed, with the way the night has turned out, with the coup, with finding out about her father, with everything. Like, this to her was supposed to be a fun night with her friends where she got to feel a little bit special.
Yep.
And instead, they're here because in this death trap because of her. And all these negative emotions start to swirl out around her in this emotion-fueled energy. And as she is in the air, she will say, I will not let you hurt the Four Seasons. I will not let you hurt these people. And I will not let you hurt my friends! And as she screams friends, the pupils of her eyes dilate wide, overtaking the violet gold flecks all the way to the white and inky blackness that kind of drips down her face like dark tears scarring it. And then out from her back burst these huge ghostly blackbird wings, iridescent like a grackles, spread out almost like the feathers are in like a wide protective way, as I cast Celestial Revelation and go full-blown Asmar and cast Necrotic Shroud.
Awesome. Love to see it. Okay, so you cast Necrotic Shroud. What's the saving throw for that?
That is a charisma saving throw, DC 16.
Charisma saving throw from 2 cultists. Well, the dice rolls are a 10 and a 2. Let's see, I don't think one of them's got a +6. Nope, they have a +0 to charisma. So, yep, 10 and a 2, they fail their saving throws. Please describe the effects of Necrotic Shroud.
I think, let's see, the effects of Necrotic Shroud. Your eyes briefly become pools of darkness, and ghostly flightless wings sprout from your back temporarily. Creatures other than your allies within 10 feet of you that you can see must succeed on a or become frightened until the end of your next turn. Until the transformation ends once... Yep.
Okay,
also, until the transformation ends, once on each of your turns, you can deal extra necrotic damage to one target when you deal damage to it with an attack or a spell. The extra damage equals my proficiency bonus.
Okay, so they actually have advantage on that saving throw, but I rolled it and they still failed. So, yeah, so these 2 that you catch are the 2 that are right next to Sheila. And as you cast this Necrotic Shroud, as they've got their blades raised to try and attack this T-Rex, they suddenly just freeze up, petrified. Well, wait, no. Let's change that word, because petrified is an actual thing in D&D. Completely frozen in abject terror as you take on this celestial aspect. So that's your action to do that, right?
No, that's my bonus action.
That's your bonus action. So you've got your action left. What would you like to do with that?
All right. I think for my action, I'm going to take up my take my violin, which is still in my hands, and I start to play a tune. Like, normally when I cast, I'm gonna cast Shatter, and I'm gonna cast that at level. Fuck it, let's cast it at level 4. And normally when I play she plays Shatter, I play Shatter Me, but this time she's like in her negative emotions. So instead, it's just like a drawn out song of like fueled with heartbreak and sorrow and just all these emotions she's feeling that are fueling her Necrotic Shroud as well. Okay. It's just pure heartbreak, and it sounds like My Heart Is Broken by Evanescence. And they need to make a Constitution save of 16.
So one of them is going to pass that with an 18 on the die, but the other one is going to fail.
Okay, 3d8. Let me get my d8s. 3. Ooh, so that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And, and if a creature takes half as much damage on a successful as well, like thunder damage. If they succeed, they still take half thunder damage. So there's a 6, a 2, and an 8. So
that'd be 16 in total.
Yep.
Alrighty. So 6, 2, and 8. That's what you said, yeah? So that's a total of 16 to both of them. So one of them is going to drop dead from that damage. That would be the one that Sheila whacked with her tail. The other one takes some damage and is kind of rocked from the fact that they've just watched essentially you scramble their friends' eardrums and then drop to the ground, blood leaking out of their ears as they land on their side, completely motionless on the deck after that. Very well done, Arya.
Thank you. Do I still have a free action?
So you don't really have a number of free actions. There are certain things that are free actions. Depends what you want to do.
I kind of just want to scope around like the scene, like because I couldn't from the closet. So
I tend to let people make
see who I see.
I tend to let my players make like an ability check for free. Like, you know, if you go like, oh, what, like I want to kind of scan the room, see what I can find. I've already let you do that. This turn I let you do your investigation check, and you rolled a 9. So on this particular instance, I'm going to say you wouldn't be able to do that. You've already did essentially your ability check for free.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So is that's something for you then, yeah?
Yeah. Arya's just going to be there playing the heartbreaking music and going full-blown, flying in the air, full-blown Dark Angel Aasimar mode, which I don't think anyone's ever seen yet, so
okay,
that's new.
So now we're going to go to one of the ones that's at you, Elion. And they're going to dash in again, and they're going to try and make their little chop at you with their weapon. And I don't think... Nah, it's an 11. So
Unfortunately not.
After having taken one chop to the hip, when they dive in, you're like, I'm not going through that again. And you're able to move slightly to avoid that blade biting into you. After that, there would be 2 other cultists, but they've since been removed from play. So it's going to go to... Arya, one of the cultists that was hit by your necrotic shroud. They're frightened of you, so they can't move towards you, and they'll have disadvantage attacking you. But they're still going to make an attempt. But they can't move towards you, so what they're going to do is they're essentially going to pick out, and they're going to take their blade, and they're just going to huck it at you. So they're just going to huck their sword at you. And that is going to be a 21 to hit with that.
Yeah, that hits.
Okie dokie, so that does hit. Alrighty. They deal 2 points of damage as they lob their short sword at you, and as it goes up, it's almost like it's going wide, but then as the blade rotates in there, it does kind of come and like nick at the back of your shoulder. It will draw blood from that. However, that's all they can do. At the end of their turn, it goes to Elion. You're up, Elion.
There's still just 2 in front. Is there 2 or is there 3 now?
In front of you, Elion, there are 1. In front of you, Elion, there are 3.
Okay.
2 untouched and 1 who has been dealt damage by your shroud. Necrotic shrouds for everyone.
We're in our dark feelings right now.
We're in our goth era.
I'm going to drop Necrotic Shroud to cast Fear on all 3 of them.
Okay. So they do have advantage on that saving throw. I think 2 of them are going to pass. 1 of them definitely is not. So
okay.
So the 2 that might pass rolled 19s on the die.
Yes.
What's the saving throw?
It's Wisdom 17.
Right, okay, so yeah, they will both pass with that. The other one, however, is not, with only a 10 rolled on the die and a +0 to wisdom.
Okay.
So one of them is frightened of you. The other 2 don't seem phased by by the spell that you've cast.
The one that is frightened of me,
Yeah.
will trigger my Aura of Conquest,
Okay.
which is he cannot move while he's within 10 feet of me,
Right.
and he will take 4 psychic damage every turn he stays there.
Love it.
Nice.
So he's going to take 4 psychic damage, yeah?
Mm-hmm. And then I'm
Alrighty.
just I'm gonna make sure I'm within 5 feet of him at all times.
Awesome. Love it. Anything else to you, Elion?
That is it. That is my action.
Fantastic. So it's now going to move to... Sorry, give me a moment doing math here. Yeah. So, right. So, after this one, Elion, it's going to go to the last one in the group surrounding Sheila. The one that has been untouched by the Spirit Shroud, by Sheila. They've went fairly unscathed. They're going to swing their blade at you, Sheila, because you're a giant T-Rex. They rolled a 2 on the dice, so that's a total of 5. Does a 5 hit?
No.
Nah, I mean, if you turned around and said yes, I'd have been very shocked. With that being done, that brings us to the end of that round of combat. So we're going to go back to the top of the initiative order, but we are at the kind of the halfway point. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go into our 15-minute break, and then we will come back in at the top of that initiative order, ready to go in for the next part. Don't go anywhere, folks. Don't switch over, and we'll see you after we have our 15-minute break. Mandatory Union 15-minute break. Hello, we are back with part 2, and we are back at the top of initiative order, starting with the terrifying Sheila. So, Sheila, you're still in T-Rex form, you still got one in your mouth, and by my count, 2 more in direct vicinity of you. What would you like to do?
Multi-attack. She's just
course.
gonna like open her mouth just slightly enough to just go again. And that's advantage because they're prone, right?
Because they're currently grappled by you have attack on
Yeah.
that. Yeah, you have advantage on that.
Don't think I needed advantage, but that's a 28 to hit.
28 to hit is certainly going to do it. I don't think we really need you to, but by all means, roll your damage. See how it goes.
38 points of damage.
They had 3 hit points left. So, you open your mouth and you chomp down, and the half of them, like from like their upper torso down, that was hanging out of your mouth just falls to the ground as the rest of them disappears down your throat. Yeah, so one of these cultists just like chewed completely in half. As they hit the ground, that golden mask on their face falls off, now being surrounded by this pool of quickly emptying blood from their top part of their body. Your next multi-attack is your tail, I believe. You have 2 targets. One who's already... Well, no, actually, no. There's 2 targets. The one that you tail whipped last time is dead. But you have 2 around you. One of them is substantially more beat up than the other one.
I'll go for the beat up.
Cool. Roll to hit.
Beat him up.
25 to hit.
25 is going to hit. Roll your damage for me, please.
$23 points of damage.
You swing your tail. And, how do you kill this one with your tail? There's not much you can do with a bite, you just bite him in half, but you describe, like, how does this creature die when you swipe it with your tail?
I just imagine, like, Sheila looks behind her, kind of, and there's just, like, one near her tail, and she just kind of goes, same way you would, like, smack someone, just, like, do things it's gentle, it's just that, the afterthought.
So Sheila thinks it's gentle, swishes his tail, and it's almost like a whip crack. As the tip of the tail whips their head, you hear that as their neck breaks. And they just flop to the ground, killed by this tail whip. Fantastic. I love when people turn into T-Rexes. The amount of DMs that I know that, like, you know, when somebody goes polymorph and they go, oh, let me guess, T-Rex, and I'm like, be a T-Rex. Be a T-Rex. Be a T-Rex. I used to have somebody who... Actually, I still have them. They're still a player in my games. On Fridays, one of the party members has an axe, which is a mimic. It turns into all different weapons. Its name is Toothy. For some reason, it sounds like Gurgi from the Black Cauldron.
Oh.
They started talking to it, and I was like, I don't have a voice for it, and what came out was, Toothy likes Munsons and Crimsons. So, that's what it became. And when they turned into a T-Rex, it was like a xenomorph, where Toothy was their tongue. So whenever they bit, Toothy would also bite. Alrighty, Sheila, so that's both your attacks. Anything else you want to do with your turn there?
Can she see Kernan?
He's just about to
He looks
dip
like
for-
he's fine.
Oh, yeah. He's currently wrenching his axe out of the back of the head of the person that he put it in last turn. And when you can see him notice you, and it's that look of almost like, that's my girl.
Oh,
He's just like, you see that big T-Rex? That big T-Rex is my girl. And you're like,
affectionate T-Rex noises.
but a very cute moose. Make all the boy moose go, wah! I love how that when it's humanoid appearances on both sides, Sheila's the collected and put together one, Kernan's the mad raging wild one. But then as soon as Sheila does polymorph, it's the other way around where Kernan's like, I have a higher intelligence for once.
That's how they keep it balanced.
I can just see many years in the future when there's a joke being made about how Kernan is sometimes right, and Sheila putting him in his place and saying, listen, when I'm polymorphed into a T-Rex, it doesn't count.
I mean, when my intelligence is 2.
I know, right? The sad part is Kernan's not that far away from it. Kernan's intelligence is an 8. Anyway, moving on from yourself, Sheila, we go to the cultists now. The cultists that are left are the ones that are surrounding you, Elion, and one that's attacking you, Sheila. So they're just going to go for their turns as they roll their attacks. So that's going to be a dirty 20 and a 14 for the two that attack you, Elion.
The 14 will miss, the 20 will hit.
Okay, so the one that rolled a 20 is going to hit. He's going to roll his damage. That's cocked. That's better. It's going to do 7 damage. Funnily enough, this is the one that hit you in the hip as well last time for 7 damage as well. So this one seems to be... We're going to have to upgrade this cultist if he survives. Bites into the hip and he brings the sword round again and goes right into the other hip. The other one, however, goes for a stab and you just manage to twist your body away and avoid the stab. After that, it goes... Unless, do you have any reactions to any of the attacks made?
I do not.
You don't? Okay. What about your... Oh no, you dropped Spirit Shroud, didn't you? So you could cast Fear. So then it's going to go then to Reverie and the Celestial. Now Reverie, remember, you're not operating as Reverie, you're operating as this entity of Frost. So what do you want to... What do they want to do?
Yeah, there's a very calm clicking of the heels as they just start walking across the room. The cultist that just hit Elion. Guiding bolt.
Fucking love it. Roll to hit.
Oh, okay. I see the evil side of me is gonna roll really well today. That's a natural 20.
Okie dokie. So there's no... I mean, you can roll the damage if you want to, but there's no need to. As even a base level guiding bolt with a critical hit, dealing the max possible, then dealing rolled damage, the average is probably going to come out at definitely more than what this guy has in health point. But by all means, roll the damage if you would like to.
Sure.
So guiding bolt is 3d8.
It's 46.
4d6, that's it. So 4d6, so you're adding 24 onto whatever you roll with this.
$11, $15, $16, $17, $24.
So what is it? Did you say 16 plus 24?
Yeah.
So 40.
Yeah.
Okay. So Elion, the one that just hit you, the one that's hit you on both your hips now, and as they reel this blade back, ready to go in for like a shot at the collarbone, you watch as they just get straight up vaporized. As this guiding bolt strikes them in the back and just completely eradicates them.
Wonderful.
But yeah, that is more than enough damage to kill them outright, Reverie. So here's one thing I'll ask you, Reverie. The manifestation of the being within this ring, the power that they display, does that alter Reverie's appearance right now as they're in charge?
Just very subtly. Yeah. Her skin's a little paler, more like snow than that kind of peaches and cream color.
Okay.
The black in her eyes is still there, but it's almost like there's frost or snowfall happening in that darkness. And it's more in the body language and expression. Reverie is very calm and collected all the time. In this fight, she's been very fiery. Her lips curled back has entirely been anger and not a natural look for her, whereas now it looks like a very natural disdain. The calm walking is very self-assured, just not Reverie at all. There's a general sense of, I think, fucking around and finding out that is happening that's also just not her at all.
Alrighty. So would you say it's easy for everybody to tell something has changed?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty then. In that case, after that, Reverie, with that guiding bolt, your movement speed's been used. Have you got anything you want to do for a bonus action?
No, I didn't select any bonus action spells when I prepped. So.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. So then go to your Celestial's turn.
My Celestial's gonna go to the one at Sheila's feet.
Okay.
And whack it.
Whack away.
Just really, you know. It is the mace. 15. Does a 15 hit?
15 is a meets it, beats it.
Sick. Awesome. And 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 damage.
16 damage on that one. Yep, that is definitely a number. They're still standing, but they do not take pleasantly to the beating you've just enacted upon them.
And then the Celestial is going to turn and look at the leader of Autumn and give them 1d10 temporary hit points. And they get 5 temp hit HP.
Primarch Kajata gets buffed, which is the last thing that she needed. She's buff enough.
Nah, more buffs.
All the buffs. Okay. Anything else for you there that you want to do?
Nope.
Then after your Celestial turn, it goes to you, Arya.
Okay.
So you're still in the air with these wings out behind you. There are currently 3 cultists left alive.
Okay. First, from the air, I want to kind of get a scope of how my friends are doing, like who looks injured. Same with the seasonal lords. Do I see the Lord of Twilight or even Sotali anywhere? Just kind of general scope while I'm in the air.
Okay, so in that case,
Or like
I
every action.
I would make it your choice. So what you've done there is you've asked for a general scope and then you've asked for specifics. So I would put it to you, which would you like? Would you like a general scope of the place, or do you want to know about specific details of the place? The difference of it being is, for a general scope, I would describe to you kind of what's going on in the area and who's visible and vaguely what they're doing. Specifics, it would be like individual details with more specific answers about what's happening, but both of those are two different checks. So it depends what it is that you're wanting.
Okay. I think in this instance, with the headspace Arya's in, she wants to know, like, who needs the most help. Because, like, wherever's needed most help, like, whoever's the most in trouble or being the most attacked, like, among her friends or among the people in general who need help, that's where she wants to use her movement to go towards. To like, because the Celestial Revelation's still up until, like, the end of this turn. So if I can move to them and I get within 10 feet, then the people who are attacking them or threatening those people will be I can help those people, basically. So I just want to get a scope of who needs the most help.
Okay, so then that would
If that makes any sense.
That makes perfect sense. That's like specific details, so I would say that would fall under an investigation check. So if you roll me an investigation check, please.
Okay. Okay. Bismillah. Okay, that one was a lot better. That was a 17 plus investigation 2, so 19.
Okay, so on this, you will get a fair amount of information here, okay? So one, the person looks like they need help the most. Although, to be honest with it, they don't look like they need help. They look like they need the most help. Even though, like, do you get what I mean? Like, they're handling shit by themselves, however, everybody else is basically done handling their shit. They're just handling their shit slightly slower. So again, They don't need help. They look like they need help the most, despite not needing help very much. Would be Elion, because Elion has 2 cultists in front of him. However, both look a fair bit shaken and a fair bit beaten. Whereas Reverie has basically wiped out anything that's came within a 10-foot radius of her, and Sheila's currently eating her way through the competition. So, yeah, but again, Elion realistically does not need help. As for other people, Primarch Kojata has now got up and she's fleeing this room. She's taken off in a direction. She's going to handle her own shit. Other things that you will get from this is, one, most of the beings and most of the people in this room are either dead or have fled somehow. The only one who has not really moved is the Lord of Twilight. But the Lord of Twilight is doing something right now, and with your investigation check, you're going to see it. One of the unseen servants of this room has brought to him a box. A fairly small box, looks like it could be some kind of jewellery box, and he's opening it to take something out. So that'd be your free check. With that information, what would you like to do?
How far away is the Lord of Twilight range-wise,
He's
like
about
movement-wise?
50 no, sorry, he's a fair bit further away than that. He's about 125 feet away from you in a direct line.
Oh, well, then I wouldn't be able to get to him anyway. So
Okay.
how close is Elion?
Elion's about 40 feet away from you, again on a direct diagonal tangent.
Okay. Well, if I get to 30 feet, then within a 10-foot radius, I could still... Okay, so I'll probably like use my movement to fly closer to Elion and get within like as much 10-foot radius as I can of like the people, like the cultists near him.
Okay.
So that's my movement. And now let's see. I think I'm just gonna play the heartbreaking song again.
Okay.
And cast Shatter at. What level do I want to cast it at? How hurt do these guys look?
Fair to middling. One is substantially more beat up than the other.
Yeah, why not? I'll cast it again. 4th level.
Okay. So
Why not?
Two saving throws there.
16 Constitution.
Okay, so direct opposites of each other. One is a nat 20, so they'll take half the damage from that. The other one's a nat 1.
Ooh, okay, so let's see, I roll 5. Oh, at this level, 5d8s. Okay, let me get my...
Okay, so 5d8 is 40 damage, so the one that rolled the nat 1 is outright dead.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. Left. Okay, so that's 6. Okay, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22. 24, and then
Okay.
that's halved for the one who saved.
Yes, so 24 becomes
So-
12.
Yep.
Okay, so as you gesture towards this area and this moat of air kind of forms and then like almost like a breaking the sound barrier.
Hang on. If my shroud is still up, aren't they frightened?
Frightened doesn't give you anything for them making saving throws like this.
Oh, I thought it was like when they're frightened, it's a disadvantage kind of thing.
No, when they're frightened, they have disadvantage on attacking you. They also cannot approach you.
Oh, okay. I thought it was in general. Kind of thing.
No.
My bad.
Okay, so there's like this little moat of sound that builds until, much like breaking the sound barrier, it pops and cracks and makes this shattering sound. And as this happens, one of them, as that shatter happens, as waves of concussive force hit their body, the shatter is almost paired in a very macabre harmony of their bones cracking all over their body as the shatter. This is the one that critically failed. So they have 30 hit points maximum and you dealt 40 damage. You outright murdered this one. The other one, however, you do hear the sounds of bones breaking, but not as many, as they seem to have held on a little bit more. But they are now on the ground. They are in serious dire straits.
Okay. And for my bonus action, I shift the song a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And it sounds, the heartbreak is still there, but there's like almost an undertone of like, weirdly enough, understanding and compassion still, like almost in that kind of like heartbreaking way where it's like, I know I shouldn't feel this way for you, but I still do. And I cast Bardic Inspiration for Elion, because even though I'm hurt by the stuff he has done, in my bleeding heart, I still think of him as a friend and want to make sure he's okay.
Okay. So Elion, you now have Bardic Inspiration.
We love that.
Mm-hmm. And don't forget its motive potential, so it works on a few kinds of saves.
Is that everything for you, Arya?
Yeah, I think that's it. That's all I can do.
Okay. So from here, it then goes to Elion.
Oh, wait, hang on. I used a free action to investigate, but I can't speak. as well, right?
Speaking is just a free action in general. You can speak as much as you want.
Oh, okay. In
As
that
long
case,
as it
I'm
can
gonna
be done
call it
feasibly within 6 seconds.
Oh, yeah, it's a quick one. I'm just gonna say, the Twilight Lord's doing something strange with the box. It looks bad.
Okay. Arya now goes on to Elion. Elion, you're up.
So there's one left.
One left near you, one left next to Sheila. The one next to you is basically on his hands and knees.
Okay, I'm just going to put him out of his misery
Okay.
with the first attack.
So roll to hit. Roll to hit. I'll give you advantage on it. As long as you hit, you can basically describe an execution.
Yeah, 25.
Yeah, how do you execute him? He's on 2 hit points. Like, your passive damage is going to do it. So, how do you put this guy out of his misery?
I will kick the front of the kneecap to buckle him down,
Uh-huh.
and then just put the sword through his back as he comes downwards.
Oh, I love those types of executions. I love the sword down through the back of the neck. I love it. Right, cool. So you take out the knee and the sword goes right down, right through the back. They have that kind of death gurgle twitch a little bit when you wrench the blade out. They crumple over. That's your first attack. What do you want to do for your second?
How far away is the one next to Sheila?
From you, probably about 40 feet.
Okay, if I can't remember. Is grappling an action or is it an attack?
Grappling takes the form of... Grappling's an action. If you try to grab something to grapple. Oh, wait, no. Grappling is a... I'm jumping backwards and forwards. Let me double check for you. I think I've got it, but I'd rather double check and be sure. So just bear with me. Grapple. When you want to grab a creature wrestler, you can use an attack action.
Okay, so I will run my 30 and then bonus action Misty Step
Okay.
to get the 10 feet to the last person,
Right.
who will, because of me being summer, will take 4 fire damage.
Okay, so if you were doing it that way, they wouldn't, because it's within 5 feet of where you appear from. And you said
Okay,
you moved.
okay.
So what I would say is move your 10, then Misty Step the 30.
Yeah, okay.
Oh no, wait, sorry,
So
you
we'll
did
do
do it
that.
that way, didn't you? You did do it. You
Yeah.
moved in.
30
Sorry,
feet,
I
yeah.
heard that as you Misty Stepped, then moved. I'm very sorry about that. Okay, so you
No, it's
moved,
cool.
then you Misty Step. Cool, got you. What's the saving throw they need for your Misty Step again?
It just happens.
It just happens. Okay.
Immediately after you use your face step, each creature of your choice within 5 feet takes 5 damage. Fire damage equal to your proficiency bonus.
How much fire damage do they take?
4. And then I will try to grapple them and present them to the T-Rex.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Will be a... What's the number I'm trying? 23?
23. I don't think they can actually succeed that. Let me double check. Nope. No, they did not. They tried to use acrobatics to get out of it, and they rolled an 18. For a total of 19. So there's no possible way they could actually save that. So yeah, you grab them and you present them. They now it's advantage to attack them. Is that everything for your turn, Elion?
That is me.
Back to the top of initiative order. Sheila, there is one left alive. They are currently being held up to you, ready to be consumed or whatever horrific atrocities you wish to commit to them. What would you like to do, Sheila?
Not going for them. I'm gonna use my movement go towards the Twilight Lord.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, from you, because of your position, you're about 75 feet away from the Twilight Lord.
Well, hang on. Could your tail get like a little more range? If you like,
So I think T-Rexes have
No.
reach on their tail, but it's not going to be 25 feet.
I mean, you could always dash, but then you can't. Then you can't eat him this turn. Or if you're just gonna walk that way anyway, just bite the dude on the way past. You know what I mean? Like
or
travel
just
snap.
stomp on him, like as you're dashing. Honk.
Can I'll dash over
Okay,
and just get like right in the Twilight Lord's face.
alright. Okay, so you use your action as you move to dash up into position. Any bonus action or anything you want to do?
I don't think I can't really use anything. No.
Okay. So in that case, it's going to go to the cultist currently being grappled. They're going to try and break out of that.
Mm-hmm.
That one. So they just kind of wriggle around, struggling to get out. Elion, you can just hold on to them. But they fail on that, therefore they can't do anything else. It goes to Reverie now.
Hi. There's a very calm click-clacking of heels towards Elion and his presented little friend. Reverie very gently grabs both sides of their face, and I'm gonna inflict wounds.
With advantage, roll to hit.
With advantage. Oh, well, that dice just went off into the abyss. Dirty 20.
Yeah, you hit. Roll your inflict wounds damage, which starts at 3d10. Inflict wounds is a disgusting spell.
I love it so much.
My favourite thing is always asking people what their inflict wounds does. Like, how does it manifest?
I can math. 22.
22. So yeah, they are dead as you place your hands on both sides of their face. Reverie, in this particular instance, how does your inflict wounds manifest?
It's almost like, in this particular instance with the ringing control, instead of it looking like a necrosis, it looks like hypothermia.
Oh, right, okay.
That soft, like, sucking of the moisture from the body and the body turning blue and purple.
And then just like starting to crack from how dried out it's becoming.
Mm-hmm.
Bits of like turning black and frostbite and everything sitting out. Oh, that's good. Alright, okay. So you almost lovingly put your hands on the side of their face. And as it happens, it spreads out. Like they almost become like glazed with this hoarfrost, and then it starts to deepen. To the point where they try to speak, they try to say something, but all that comes out is that and then it's not like the other ones where they're frozen solid and they shatter. It's like just that brief little that little very soft sound of like ice cracking as you see just like their head fractures, but it's still held together as they are completely dried out, frozen brittly.
Can I use my bonus action to flick them?
Of course you can. You flick their forehead and their head crumbles.
Yeah,
Elion,
that's it.
You are now holding a. I'd say, I mean, Elion's not wearing gloves at this point, so I'd say like it's like painfully cold to the touch now.
No, the floor can have that.
I love that description of inflict wounds. My ones I always go for is either pure necromancy, drying them out to almost like a mummified husk, or kind of like Wolverine from the end of X-Men 1 when he touches Rogue and like all of his old wounds open up and he just starts to bleed out of all his wounds. That's my other go-to one. But that's because I like blood magic.
I would like the idea of it being like a spider bite, like a necrotic spider bite.
Yeah.
Like a brown recluse, even for like reverie normally. But with the ring, it felt very.
Oh, it's definitely thematic. It's on point.
Yeah.
That's going to be the combat ended because all of the engaged enemies are out. So at this point, it comes to basically free action, right? Now, what I'm going to say here is to all of you, you're all going to get your chance to do something here, but Sheila is closest. So with all of the cultists dead, Sheila, you're within closest proximity to the Lord of Twilight. What is there anything that you would like to do here?
Can I see, like, because I know he was being given a box.
He has, yes.
Can I see, like, what it is? Do I get any kind of inclination of what's in it?
You do. So, despite being a T-Rex and despite your mental faculties being quite a lot less than what they usually are, you're still at least partially Sheila in the mind. The box is very shiny, very nice. The kind of thing that Sheila would probably have. But as it opens up, inside it, there's no jewellery, there's no gems, there's nothing like that. But there's 3 piles of cards. And their hand is hovering over the 3 piles as if deciding which one to pick. But then as you get in within that proximity, they just very quickly shut the box over. But that is what you see.
Do I actually get an action at this point? We're top around, or?
No. You get an option. Like, I mean, you have this is free roam now. We're not in combat. We're not bound by initiative order. I just asked you what you would have wanted because you are right next to somebody with an intent in mind. So it would be to see if you wanted to carry on with that. Basically, are you going to try and chomp him?
No, I want shiny. I'm going to try and eat the box.
Oh god.
Time to Google, does eating the deck of many things count as drawing all 66 cards?
Gonna give you the worst indigestion.
Roll to hit.
Shiny in front of someone with an intelligence of 2.
Well, hang on. The cards are in the box. If she's eating the box, but the box isn't open, the cards aren't technically drawn.
Yeah, but the box is also non-magical, which means it will dissolve in stomach acid.
And the cards won't?
The cards are magical.
Yeah.
But I get
can't-
T-Rex acid?
What makes you think T-Rex acid is any more magical than any normal stomach acid?
Oh no. It's acid!
So is your stomach, is like... Anyway, Sheila, roll to hit and let's see if you somehow swallow the most feared deck that's ever existed. Is that a nat 20? Don't fucking do that.
Oh god. What is this session?
Sheila, would you roll me a D100, please?
Fuck. 95.
You open your jaws wide and you go to clamp down on the Lord of Twilight and they dart back. But their hand moves just a little bit slower than the rest of their body. And you chomp down from the elbow down, right through their arm. And they let out this almost beautifully melodic, like the beginning notes of a mezzo-soprano's operatic aria. It's so lyrical, it's so sweetly musical that you almost feel a bit sorry at the fact that you've caused this being this pain. But as they whirl away, their arm now left behind flopping on the ground, their wings wrap around them and they disappear in a flurry of dust. But they do leave behind their arm, and there's now a box in your mouth. But the Lord of Twilight has disappeared. As we're now out of combat, to the rest of the party members, what would you all like to do? Sheila, you just very much consider your actions here, because you've got a box in your mouth filled with some shit. So to the rest of the party, Arya.
I think since like that was the end of my turn, I start to come down and back to the ground in front of my friends, and you start to see like some of the dark Aasimar stuff is still there, but it starts to fade back, and the inkiness clears from her eyes. The wings, the ghostly wings, start to vanish, and she just has this look of worry on her face, and just kind of standing between her friends, like, "Are you guys okay?"
A little cold. We should probably go, right?
Yeah, I know where to go. Sotali told, well, he sent me directions. Like, Reverie, we should get going. Do I see any change on Reverie?
I think Reverie said it was, fairly slight, but still noticeable. So
While they were talking to each other, DM, could I have reached for Elian?
Definitely possible.
If I'm between you two, wouldn't I catch that?
But this would be before you descended.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd like to reach for Elian
Okay.
and also inflict wounds him.
Okay. Perfectly in line with what the ring says to do. If it
Oh yeah,
does
no
take control.
qualms.
So roll to
Does
hit.
I can math.
Do you have inspiration?
23 hit you?
Mm-hmm.
23 does hit. Roll your damage.
Cool. Hold on, I have to remember how many d10s it is at this level.
What level are you casting it at?
I was right, it's 4. I was doing just second.
4. So it's 4d10.
21.
21 points of damage, Elion.
Okay.
Reverie, roll me a charisma check, please.
$21.
As you place your hands on it, that last split second before the magic channels through you and into them, the ring drops its hold on you. Now, I need to be clear here. This is not you overcome the ring. The ring has put you in a position where you cause harm, and right as the harm is about to be caused, it has put you back in control. So you are the one that witnesses and feels the magic doing what it does.
Oh, that's just rude.
So you come. So to you, it's not like you see your body working, but you can't control it. I don't like that. I'm a fan of suspense-built horror. So here's how it is for you when the ring takes control. To you, it's as if time just blipped. You have no recollection of like going dark or blacking out. It's just like as if your life was a video and somebody just took that section and cut it. So when you cast Cone of Cold, as soon as that spray of ice left your hand, it's like it just cuts to your hand touching Elion's face. So you lose all that time in between. The party knows what you did. Reverie does not. And I want that to be remembered for future things where this might come into effect. Okay? And I also want to... I know it doesn't specifically say that, but I'm going to be making an inclusion here. This ring is powerful enough. If this ring wants to give back control, it will do it. And it will be completely capable of doing it as it wants to. So as it puts you back in control, you just hear that little faded whisper of a voice say, "I'll see you next time." And you watch as that frost bites into Elion's face as you deal 21 points of necrotic damage. So Reverie, welcome back to the table. Arya and Sheila, you will be able to see this happening. And Elion, well, roll me a perception check and we'll see. No, I'm joking. Of course you can tell this is happening. So, you, by all accounts, you have just seen Reverie walk up, grab your face, and cast Inflict Wounds.
Yeah, I deserve that. Okay.
Leon's close though, so you can see like the frost and stuff leave her hands and eyes too, right?
Okay, so if that's what you're saying, would be visible at this close proximity, Elion, make me an insight check.
Would I see that too?
6.
Not at this range. This happens before you descend. A 6.
Fair.
Oh no, sorry, 11.
11.
Because 6, I forgot to add my 5. I thought I wasn't proficient, but I am.
Well, you've got Bardic Inspiration still.
Reverie, make me a performance check at disadvantage.
12. I rolled a 1 on the
That's
D8.
at disadvantage. Sick. Nat 1.
Smashing. So, Elion, you are going to be able to see it because as soon as Reverie touches your face, you okay?
Yeah, no, sorry, I've got like a... I had the flu like 4 or 5 days ago. I've got
Cool.
the cough lingering over.
As soon as Reverie touches your face, you see that cold light in their eyes dissipate. You see the frost around their face pale off. And you see that peaches and cream complexion slowly come to bring its way back. So Elion, you are aware that something wasn't quite Reverie when that happened to you. So with that note, I'll let you amend your whole, I deserved that thing if that's what you would like to do. But you would at least be aware this is not typical Reverie.
You okay?
Fine, we need to go. I'm gonna rip her.
Hold
hand
on, that
away and
really
start-
fucking hurt.
I don't care particularly.
Yes, you do.
No.
Okay. Can I just quickly locate object?
What are you trying to locate?
I'm looking at Magda's vulture mask to see if he's still in the building.
Very clever plan. Very well done. Yeah, okay, so you cast locate object. You can feel where he is. He's in the west wing.
This is the way we need to go.
Yep.
Okay. So we're killing him, right? Magda, he's that way.
As much as Magda deserves, what we need to prioritize is getting back home and getting to Logon.
He's one of the two people gunning for Logon. Either way, we have to go that way. I'm just informing you that we should probably make a pit stop.
That's the West Wing's where Sotali told us to go.
Okay, so we're not going that way. We're going to go to the front door.
I can't cast any more sendings. Can I see if the other seasonal lords are still around or if they managed to get away?
This ballroom is now empty since Kiernan left with the newly elected King of Spring. It's just you guys there. Oh, and the Lord of Twilight. Sorry.
And a T-Rex.
Well, I did say you guys. The T-Rex is part of you guys.
The T-Rex, on a side note, is gonna like come over like a golden retriever and like tail wagging, spit the box down on the ground in front of them, and be like,
You
I'll pick
can
up the
touch.
box.
You two can touch that. I'm not touching T-Rex.
I'll pick up the box. I'm not afraid of mess.
Okay.
Good job, T-Rex Sheila.
You take the box, Arya.
Can I open it?
Okay, so here's the
Yes,
thing
then.
with this. This particular item, when you open it, there must be an intent.
And none of the rest of us saw what was in it.
Yeah.
Nobody else knows what's in it, so nobody else can even begin to make a check on what this would be. Consequences can come from this. So I need you to know, as much as Arya has no idea what this is, I will let my players make this decision with a slight amount of metagame knowledge. Opening this box will mean that you're required to draw at least one card. At least one. Because literally the rules of the deck of many things are to open it is to declare intent. So, I will ask you, knowing full well that this could be anything ranging from you become an immortal being of divine power to straight up your character never existed. Do
As
you want to
curious as curious as Arya is, she also knows, even if she doesn't know what was in it, the Lord of Twilight was trying to open it, and he set this all up. He trapped them, so she's gonna just hold on to it, not open it, and see if maybe someone smarter than her somewhere down the line can like identify or give them clues about it later. Right now, they need to prioritize getting out of here safe.
So as you decide not to open that, there's this overwhelming sense of dread around this box. Wonder, amazement, but also pure looming dread. Like this box, anything could happen. And then the decision was that you guys are going to make your way into the West Wing.
Did Sheila fit into the West Wing?
I mean, she's a T-Rex. If there's not a door big enough, she'll make one.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Just
I don't
use your
think we're
head.
gonna have any other choice but to go
What-
to the West Wing.
I will ask. Will you attempt to eat me if I stand on top of you carried into battle?
One, Sheila can't understand you.
Um,
Sheila has an intelligence of 2. They do not understand languages right
Don't eat me. Don't eat me.
You imagine?
now. And that's where Harry needed a backup character.
I'm gonna have my celestial come over and just pick me up and put me on its shoulder, so I'm sitting.
Okay. When you spoke there, Ash, you were muted, so we didn't hear what you said.
Oh, I didn't actually say anything.
Alright, okay, cool. No worries. So a celestial carrying a fairy, a terrified young lady carting around one of the most divinely powerful magical items that's ever existed, an exceptionally confused young man, and a T-Rex
Sums it up.
marching into the
yeah,
West Wing.
basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then with you guys making that decision, that's where we're going to end this little pre-recording. Now, what I'm going to say is, guys, next session, be prepared. Encounters will happen, whether they're puzzles, whether they are combat, whatever, but there will be a boss fight next session. It will be one of 3 possibles, but there will be a boss fight. Trigger warnings for next session, folks. Maiming, blood, all the general things that come from big fights. Possibility of character death. Okay? We are now into session upwards of number 50, right? At this point, it's like the tutorial is done, Arc 1 is done, you're at the first boss fight, first major boss fight, punches are no longer getting pulled. Okay? This is where shit's going to get spicy and interesting, okay? But however, I'm not going to be a dick. I'm not doing DM versus players. I'm just saying from here on there will be a notable shift as the powers that be have been revealed and they're making their presences known. Thank you very much for everybody that watches this. And thank you to those who are participating in the worldwide strike against the atrocities happening in Palestine. I'm not going to go into a big spiel about what's going on there. If you're doing the strike, you know what's going on there and you know why it's vital. What I'd like to do is please say to everybody thank you very much for watching and supporting our streams, and if you do want to continue that support, there's a bunch of different ways you can do it. Do go and check out all of our social medias, World Tree Quests on pretty much everything. We are fully up to date on our YouTube channel with all of the sessions that were missed, so go and check that out as well and hit the subscribe button while you're there. And if you do want to subscribe to our Ko-Fi page, you can definitely do that. I've kind of figured out how to use Homebrewery. So once I get some artwork done, I will be putting up stuff on the Ko-Fi page. The first thing that's going to be up there is a subclass homebrewed by myself for anybody that likes playing Artificers. If you've ever wanted to build a mech and blow it up next to something, I built a subclass for that. So if you want to possibly get your hands on the Mechgineer Artificer subclass, well, stay peeled. Just keep your eyes peeled on the Ko-Fi page, and that'll be available for purchase at a very, very low price. Other than that, you can see me on TikTok at Son of Asgard. If you see me anywhere else, no you didn't. My mother's an Irish Catholic. Liz, anything that you would like to plug at all?
Hi, this is the only place you can see my face, but if you like hearing my voice, and you particularly like hearing my voice doing a nice southern drawl, you can check me out on Dicey Tables podcast, where we play your favorite TTRPGs wrong. Especially the past 2 episodes, we've had a lovely guest, also from World Tree Quest, known as Madness Diamond, from our Fathoms Below show. She's been a fantastic guest, and you guys should check out the last 2 episodes, in which she has been a wonderfully terrifying guest. Other than that, you can check me out as Patron of Chaos on all social medias. That's it.
Anytime that you do those plugs, I have to actually remove my headset for like... Southern accent gets me, guys. I'm sorry, it sends me places. Thank you very much. Do go and check all those wonderful things with our very own patron of chaos. Khadija, anything that you'd like to plug at all?
Hi, if you want to see me play more Dungeons and Dragons, you can't. I am exclusively here. However, if you want to check out my other stuff, you can find me at Khadij Al Kubra on most social media platforms, namely Instagram, Twitter, Archive of Our Own. If you like reading fan fiction, I write it. But mostly on TikTok, where I am best known as the Book Dragon of the Bookworm Archive. If you like wholesome tavern core, TTRPG, fantasy kind of vibes, as well as reading recommendations and having books shoved down your throat, I'm the guy you go to.
Sounds fantastic. Definitely go and check out all those fantastic, amazing things, and especially the book recommendations, because some of them are just fucking fire. Ash, anything for you at all?
If you want to find me online, you can find me on Ash Hard Music on those social media platforms. But apart from that, I am exclusively here.
Fucking love hearing that. And last and most certainly not least, Harry, anything for you at all?
If you want to one up, I'm not only exclusively here for D&D, I'm exclusively here in existence. Once these cameras turn off, I fade into oblivion, ready to be rebooted. But no, nothing from me. I'm just hoping you draw this exit out as long as possible, because I'm clinging to life.
Well, then,
Don't worry, I've got some healing spells.
again, with that, thank you very much for that. But we do, I would like to put out there that we do give the simulacrum that is Harry, toilet breaks and such outside of the cupboard that he's bound to through his arcane signet.
We throw him virtual peanuts. I mean, he's
We
just
do.
complaining to complain.
He's just amping it up to try and look bad. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, though. But do come back to see this amazing cast, and do go follow them wherever they said you could follow them, in all those wonderful places, because they are great and they do make this session the absolute chaos that everybody loves to come and watch. That's not my doing, by the way. It's all them. But with that, that's the end of our little session. So thanks for coming to see us. I've been your DM of Doom, Son of Asgard, or World Tree Quest here on Twitch, and with me today we have had Patron of Chaos, we've had Khadija Al Kubra, we've had Ashard Music, and we've had Just Harry. From everybody here at World Tree Quest, good night, stay safe, never ever get in the way of a bard who's able to turn into a T-Rex, and also do not pull a finny. Good night, folks. Good night.